Hello, this is the Lesson 3 introductory video. In Lesson 3, ask the class to read Chapter 2 from your Stages of Change, or from your Substance Abuse Treatment and Stages of Change text. So make sure to begin with Chapter 2. Chapter 2 does a really good job of providing the big picture of each of the stages of change. In future lessons, we will be talking about each individual stage by itself. At this point, we are just looking at the big picture of those stages. We will be reading chapters 1, 2, and 3 from Tip 35. If you remember, Tip 35 is the federal publication that we read the summary out of in the prior lesson, and I have provided links for those chapters. I have included just a brief PowerPoint presentation. It's not narrated this time. You just have the slides themselves about the stages of change model and a few odds and ends that I hope that I need everybody to be aware of. I want to share with you the Appalachian Substance Abuse Coalition webpage for you to take a look at that group that covers far southwest Virginia. They have some pretty good resources online that I truly believe our region could benefit from, and local prevention efforts could benefit from. I have included a video of it's called Interview of an Oxyanic addicts who may be on Oxycontin, and it shares with you the addiction to Oxy in the client's or the individual's own words. Several individuals are interviewed, and it tells you about usage and how much it costs and those type of things. I've also included another video, Meth Shake and Bake. It was a National Geographic clip on how to make shake and bake meth, which is very common in this region because it's easy to transport to make, even in a bottle, a soda bottle, and it's fast and pretty darn profitable, to be honest. Much more so than prescription drugs, and easier to obtain because you can make it. So basically, it's a how-to video in terms of how to make meth. We continue reading on your tweak book. I will be posting the tweak directions very, very soon in terms of the book review. My process for this book is very similar to that of The Beautiful Boy that we read in Addiction and Prevention. We have the Lesson 3 discussion board that relates back to the videos themselves. Can you identify what stage of change individuals are inside of the videos? Or if you have had conversations with individuals who are currently using, especially Oxycontin or methamphetamine, could you tell us about those experiences? Questions you asked, what you learned, what you found out, your observations, or any other drug of individuals that the experiences of other individuals who are currently using. Of course, don't share any names or identifiers. Don't break any confidentiality. Just keep things really, really general. What is your current experience with individuals involved in addiction or abuse? And last but not least, we have our first quiz. It's the lesson number 3 quiz. The first quiz is on chapters 1 and 2. It's 5 questions. Multiple choice, open book. You may take the quizzes 2 times. The highest grade counts. And the topic of the quizzes are the stages of change. I give you a client scenario, then I'm asking for the stage of change that the client resides in. And let me tell you in advance, I share with you in advance, that some of these questions are a little bit tricky, and you have to really pay attention to the process. In all honesty, I'm much less worried about the scores you make than to encourage and trigger your thinking process. Then identifying stages of change and creating treatment plans based on stages of change is extremely difficult and very hard, and it's not something to take lightly. So my quiz may be one of those first times in the class that I'm exposing to you how hard it is. Some of the questions on the quiz are pretty cut and dry, but there's about two that we can really thread the needle with. After everybody takes the quiz, I will provide a video overview of the questions and answers and those type things, so we can increase our knowledge. At this point, I'm much more worried about you giving it your best shot, and actually thinking about the questions, applying the material, and start considering the what ifs. I believe that's it for this lesson, and let me know what questions you have. Take care.